Velocicoaster is a lot of people's #1 roller coaster, so I flew across the country to Universal Studios Orlando to see if it's better than the other 200 coasters I've been on. I'm also here to accomplish 5 things. Ride every roller coaster, figure out if the single rider line or the express pass is worth more, eat chicken tendies at least 2 restaurants, and compare them to the theme parks in Texas, go live on TikTok for 1 hour, and check out every single shop so that I can buy some cool merch. It's 11:11, so let's get started. Here we go. You know, some people tell me that my quote, "no good deed goes unpunished," comes from this movie, but I've never seen Wicked, so yeah. Yo, follow me on TikTok. I didn't know this was a zoo as well. They're competing with SeaWorld. We're starting on the Universal Studios Florida Park side, so I have 3 coasters to get on here. Gringotts, Mummy, and Trolls. All right, they got characters out. It's The Simpsons. I've actually never been on the Simpsons ride. Go! Now, I had to make a detour to this place because behind those doors was a really cool shop called Williams in Hollywood. Last time I was here was 6 years ago and it was open. Unfortunately, I did not get to it and I always wanted to. And now, well, I can't. It's closed forever. They had a lot of cool props in there from the theme park. You could buy stuff like signs and kind of like pieces of the ride almost. Really cool stuff. It was usually expensive, but I kind of missed it now. I wish that I got here sooner so I could go in there and maybe buy something. Oh, I have Beetlejuice out here. Wow. All right, we're already crossing one thing off the list today. Not every roller coaster has a single rider line, so because of that, we're about to drop some money on an express pass. All right, guys, now we're cooking because I just got a Universal Unlimited Express Pass for the day, so we can get on all the coasters as quickly as possible and then go eat some chicken tendies. If you're wondering, today it was about $265 for both parks with tax. All right, guys, time for a big Harry Potter reveal. Bruh. Oh, we came in on the backside.
Oh, that's a different.
It is time for Escape from Gringotts, and that means everything has to go in a locker. Gringotts was so good. It took about 15 minutes to get on, but let's go to Ollivander's to look at wands.
Approved!
All the different wands. We have Harry Potter's wand down here. I don't know the names of everyone. Ooh, that's cool. They have Malfoy's father's cane. That looks crazy. Is that a Death Eater one? I think that's a Death Eater one. I'm trying to find mine. Where is mine? Where is mine? You know what? I don't even see mine. But once I find it, I will tell you which one it is. Nope, none of these are mine. Still not seeing mine. Is that a Nimbus 2000? It doesn't say. Oh, no way, they have a golden snitch. Just like people in courtrooms. That was so interesting. I could not find the wand that I bought about 10 years ago in there. I bought the Sirius Black wand. I did not see one in there. Also, do you remember those Facebook quizzes we all used to take? What Hogwarts house are you? I would always get Ravenclaw. And I never bought any merchandise, but I mean, if I do, I guess I should buy Ravenclaw merch. 1 coaster down, 7 to go. Now we're back at the Trolls Troller Coaster. Wait time has gone down, but I've got that express pass, so let's get on it. Now, the Troller Coaster might be your normal kids ride, but I noticed a couple of interesting things about it. 1, dispatches were the fastest I've ever seen. It was like 25-second dispatches. 2, you actually slide around in the seat side to side if you're an adult and you don't have a child, you ride by yourself. And then 3, people were actually bringing their drinks on the ride. I'm not used to that. And then the last thing I noticed was that there were cables holding each car together, in addition to the normal coupling. I don't think I've seen that on almost any other coaster.
I don't know. Approved!
It's chicken tendies time, so I'm going to Cletus Chicken Shack. Quick Google search said that this is the place to go. Oh my God, I guess this is the best place to get chicken. Everyone else is here. All right, well that took entirely too long, but they offered me 2 cups of water actually, and the chicken tenders are called chicken thumbs. They come with tater tots. So let's dip in some honey mustard. Do a quick size comparison here. Here is the smallest chicken thumb, and then here is the biggest chicken thumb. So they're about similar size as Six Flags Over Texas. I'm really happy that they offered me multiple waters because the cups are about half the size as what you get at Fiesta Texas. All right. Let's test it out. Well, the water is gone, the chicken tenders are gone, the tater tots are gone. I'm gonna say that these chicken tenders are gonna get an 8 out of 10, just like Six Flags Over Texas. The meat was really good, but the breading was very tough. It wasn't crunchy, and it wasn't tender. So 8 out of 10. All right, we got one more coaster so we can finish off this park. So I misspoke about Gringotts. I did not have to put all my stuff in a locker. I could have kept my phone out and filmed some stuff before getting on the ride. But anyway, here is our third and final coaster of this park. I am gonna put everybody in a locker. 25-minute wait. We'll see how long it takes for Express. So Mummy only took 10 minutes and it dropped us off here in the official Halloween Horror Nights gift shop. And I'm looking at all this stuff. And I can tell you, I'm really excited for these top 5. And then the Five Nights at Freddy's merch catching my eye is a freshly baked pizza candle. And it really does smell like pizza. They have a bunch of Megan stuff, including the popcorn buckets. And the number one thing that I have wondered about these buckets is how do you eat from them? Because they don't look like normal buckets. Here's the back. Have not seen any other YouTubers showing you how you access the popcorn. It's so weird looking. I can't imagine carrying this thing around. It just doesn't make sense to me. Here's something interesting. They have an orange soda chocolate bar. It's $10. 440 calories total. Wow, I might have to get that. Okay, they have another candle. It's a Terrifier one. It doesn't say what it's scented to, but it smells like cookies. Mummy was great. I've always loved that ride so much. It's kind of like mostly a dark ride and then 2 or 3 coaster segments, but it felt different. And they may do this every year. I'm just not used to it. But in the first show scene, the lights were off and some of the timing was off as well. Like stuff would be on the screen, it would do the spiel, and then it would go dark, and we'd just sit there. And then we would move on to the next room. It happened again, actually, before we went backwards. We waited for about 5 seconds in darkness and quiet. And then I also don't remember the water spraying when the effect where the glass shatters and the lady or whatever dies. So that was different. But overall, I really liked it. I love the fire effects. I love feeling the heat. That's something that's so unique.
Approved!
And that completes this section of Universal Studios. So my ranking for these 3 coasters would be Troller Coaster 3rd, Gringotts 2nd, and then the Mummy 1st on this side. Love all the Duff merchandise they have in here for The Simpsons. So funny. Of course, they've got the lot of chocolate frogs. These toothless cups really stand out. I like them a lot. Cool color. And all of the Super Nintendo World merch is here. I'm not going to Epic Universe yet, but just wait, I'll be there. They have a lot of Chucky merch up here. Some crazy slippers. Oh, they got oh, it's a Krabby Patty. Well, that's cool. Kind of reminds me of a dog toy. There's more of the Chucky merch. So they do have these signs here at the front of the park. These are $35. Universal's Classic Monsters has their section of merch up here too. I've crossed over into Islands of Adventure to get the last 5 credits, but I have some bad news. One of the credits, Pterodon Flyers, is not available to me because I'm too tall to ride. See, it's for children. I don't know if I've gotten the credit before when I was younger, but I will not be getting it today, which means we failed our mission.
Oh, brother, this guy stinks!
Fourth coaster of the day, Incredible Hulk. Can't wait for this. Now this ride has a very interesting history. It opened in 1999, but it closed in 2015 for almost one full year while they did a complete track refurbishment. I believe they gave it new trains as well. One of those trains actually became the sign at the front. The Hulk is holding it up.
I'm in danger!
4 coasters down, 4 to go. Incredible Hulk is a great ride, but I just don't like it. It's so many inversions. My only favorite parts of the ride are that initial launch uphill and then the drop off the mid-course brake run. Getting misted with water right down here in the tunnel is cool and all, but with all the inversions, it kind of gives me a headache, and I just watch my breathing the whole time so I don't gray out, because it's a very intense ride.
Look at you. You who were once so proud. Go now and never return.
Another classic ride up here is The Amazing Adventures of Spider-Man. I know a lot of people love it. Again, just like Simpsons, I have never been on it. And unfortunately, I don't think I will go on it today. The architecture in this park always amazes me. It's so whimsical. And I heard in many places, they purposely tried to design things with no straight lines. Oh my gosh, they're messing with this guy in the orange shirt. He had a poncho on and they ripped it off of him. But this is one ride you will not see me on. Same with Dudley Do-Right's Ripsaw Falls, because I do not like getting wet. Over here, the work walls are up around Dudley Do-Right's Ripsaw Falls, so that is not open. We are making our way over to Flight of the Hippogriff and Hagrid's Magical Creatures Motorbike Adventure, 2 rides that I have done before in 2019. I love the theming they did with Kong. The ride itself is okay. I probably need to get on it again before I can consider it good. I'd say it's just okay. And here is the credit I will not be doing today, Pterodon Flyers. It's not a bad thing though, because if everyone could get on it, capacity would be a nightmare and the line would be over an hour long. Another thing I've heard is that this ride is getting removed. I don't know if it's true or not, but if it is, I won't be too bummed because I actually did the same ride model at Legoland San Diego.
It's now illegal.
Don't worry guys, we are saving the best for last. Okay, already this thing is giving me Terran vibes, and I've never been to Europe, but one day, this looks incredible. I love how they have 4 or 5 Velocicoaster this way signs, as if the anticipation wasn't building enough. It's so cool. And slightly terrifying. And look what we found here, just like our friends at Fiesta Texas have. I'm gonna swap a fuel rod right now.
You sure about that?
It's as simple as putting this thing right in there and getting a new one down here. Unfortunately, that fuel rod station was not allowing my credit card to be inserted. Something was wrong, something was jamming it. So, as Velocicoaster goes overhead. So, I'm gonna have to go find another place that sells fuel rods. And just like that, we've made it over to Hogsmeade for 2 more coasters. Hagrid's and Flight of the Hippogriff. Let's see if this dispatches as quickly as the roller coaster.
Oh, look, he's flying!
All right, Flight of the Hippogriff done. It was running amazing.
I don't know. Approved!
Now time for Hagrid's, which has a 150-minute standby wait. But we're using Express, so we're gonna get a locker for free and skip a bunch of the line. All right, another coaster down. Hagrid's Magical Creatures Motorbike Adventure. Boy, do I love that ride. I love a ride that tells a story and feels like it has Disney-esque levels of theming. That's what that is. It is start to finish incredible. There's just so many different parts of the ride, unique elements, and now I get to compare one final coaster to that one, because that one so far is my favorite one that I've done today, and it ranks very high on the Hennisphere scale. I have ranked it, have scored it, but I have not released the video yet. That will be coming in 2026 with about 100 other coasters, so stay tuned.
Approved!
That one has an incredible GP score. If you're unfamiliar, I rank all roller coasters through 10 different categories on a scale that ranges from 0 to 100. I try to be as objective as possible when ranking them and scoring them. All right, we're in Seuss Landing at the Mulberry Street store to try and get this done. We've now made it to the main event. Velocicoaster is standing tall behind me, and there it goes. It looks incredible from this angle. I can't wait to get even closer to it. I see the Mosasaurus roll right behind me there. It looks breathtaking. Again, so many people say this is their number one, and they've been on a lot more coasters than I have. So let's go see how long the line is and get on it. It is time, folks. It is time. Let's go. I love how they have the Lost Lands Music Festival music going. Yep, good choice.
Right.
There are people everywhere. Feels like Fiesta Texas during Fright Fest. Here it is, but I don't see the lockers. I guess I'll go ask if they're in there. Whoa. Follow me on TikTok.
And your belongings safe.
All right, I got in line at 3:55. I believe this is a 50-minute wait standby, so we'll see. Because that ride has so many incredible elements, but they're not single elements. They're multiple elements in a row. Like the whole second half of the ride does that like long outdrawn helix. It's not a helix, but because it's 3 different turns in one basically. But the little outward turns that it does and then just goes right back to turning where it was before. It's like what RMC does with the Outer Bank turns, except prolonged. It's just so crazy. Like this one right behind me. Turn and then right back the other way. Yeah, I'd say demonic because it's like, it's gonna do something and then all of a sudden it goes, no, we're gonna go the other way. And then it goes right back to doing the thing that you thought it was gonna do. Catches you off guard. And that kind of goes with the unconventional approach. If it's a left turn, there's a little bit of a right outer bank thrown in. It does it in the first half of the ride with a Raptor fake out, and then it does it twice back here with the one right behind me, and there's another one on the other side. And then phenomenal because every element is just so good. And I wanna say the Mosasaurus roll, I've heard about it for years, and I thought, it kind of looks tame. I think there's other 0G rolls that are more intense, but no, I was wrong. That Mosasaurus roll, it threw me out of my seat right above the water. I thought my necklace was gonna fall off, and luckily it didn't, but that was so good. And I do think I like it better than Iron Gwazi. Definitely like it more than Iron Rattler. Sorry, Iron Rattler. Here it goes again. Incredible. Well done, Intamin. We do need more of these in the world. Wow, Velocicoaster. Wow. All around me. So crazy to stand in this area. But I remember seeing construction videos and construction photos of this for many, many years, and it finally, in 2025, I got the chance to ride this incredible piece. Is it my number one? I'm gonna say no for right now, but it doesn't mean it's not top 5. It probably is top 5 for me, but I have other coasters that are number 1 that are a little more extreme than this.
2 hours later.
Okay, I said I was done for the day, but I gotta get on Velocicoaster again. This thing is too good. You know, I really needed that second ride on Velocicoaster. The same thing happened when Sky Rush became my number one, though. I I rode Sky Rush, and Top Thrill Dragster was my number one, but then I rode Sky Rush, and I'm like, I don't know what I think of that. Then I rode Sky Rush a second time, and it was kind of clear that it was my number one. Well, with Velocicoaster, I have reached a decision, and the verdict is, after riding it a second time, that is my number one. Everybody was right. Everyone was correct about Velocicoaster. They ranted about how amazing and how perfect it is. And you know what? They are 100% spot on. The pacing of the ride, the theming of the ride. I said it looks like Terran, and I've never been on Terran, but I can only imagine how good it is, because this is the same manufacturer, and this does some of the things that Terran does. It's just so good. I can't find much of anything wrong with the ride. There's floater airtime. There is ejector airtime. The turns are crazy. There's some inversions on it too. And that second launch is very forceful. That Mosasaurus roll, it is as advertised. It's that good, guys. And wow, it's themed to dinosaurs. That's really cool. So everybody was right.
Approved!
So that's what I think of Velocicoaster, but how is it going to compare to Stardust Racers? Is it going to be better? I don't know. We might have another new number one come later on in the coming weeks. But we're not done yet, guys. We still got to check out more merchandise. I got to buy something, and I need to eat some chicken tendies because it's dinner time. These are some cool bottles they have. Ravenclaw. That would be the one I would get. They got these cool books too. Okay, this is the coolest hoodie I've seen. These are really nice sewn on letters. Reminds me of my fraternity shirts. All the different comic book strips are on there. That's cool. Actually has quite a bit on the back. Was not expecting that. I kind of like the black and white. I know we're not at Epic Universe yet, but I'm going in the Epic Universe Preview Center to look at merch. Okay, I had no idea this model was in here. This is humongous. It's incredible. And I can't wait to ride this ride, Stardust Racers. All right, now we're on the right track here. They got the Hamikuma bear. I know that's not from this Universal. They got Halloween Horror Nights stuff galore in here. This is almost as good as that Mummy shop. Oh, I love the Boo merch. We're getting closer, guys. Well, unfortunately, I just couldn't find anything I wanted to buy. The one thing I saw today that I wish I would have bought was that chocolate bar. That was orange soda flavored, Five Nights at Freddy's bar. That looked really cool, but it was not in this gift shop. They had a couple of really cool things, but I just can't do it. I want to see something that's a little cooler. I don't know. I'm looking for like a Velocicoaster shirt. We're still gonna go eat some more chicken tendies and finish out the day. I did go live on TikTok, by the way. We are eating chicken tendies at the Dockside Inn, and I've got sweet potato fries and honey mustard. Before I dig in, I've got to say, huge shout out to my travel agent, SJ. Dropped the location. Her username is on the screen. Check her out on Instagram and TikTok and YouTube if you're planning your next Disney vacation or Universal vacation. Let her know because she will help you out. And she specializes in cruises if you're wanting to travel in the sea. She can also buy you tickets for Busch Gardens Tampa and SeaWorld Orlando. Again, I'm not sponsored by her, but maybe in the future I'll get an affiliate link. So in looking at these tenders, they gave me 5. The smallest one is this one. The biggest one, probably this one right here. So a bit of a size discrepancy, but overall they are nice and hot, and we're going to see how they crunch. Here we go. Chicken tendies are all gone. And it reminded me a lot of Pete's Eats. They're not as good as Sangerfest Hall, but they're decent. I'm gonna give these a 7.5 out of 10 because at Cletus today, those actually tasted better than these did. They have the similar style breading, but overall, these fall a little short of that. So far, Cletus, best chicken in Universal. Google was right, but they have not topped the 9 out of 10 score I gave Sangerfest Hall at Fiesta, Texas. Here's what we managed to accomplish today. We got on every roller coaster I was legally allowed to get on. We found out that the Express Pass was worth it compared to the single rider line. We ate chicken tendies twice on Universal property. We went live on TikTok, not for an hour, but for about 30 minutes. And we did film Hollywood Rip Ride Rocket getting demolished. We even completed our side quest because without further ado, because Velocicoaster is my #1 coaster, here is the one piece of merch that I bought. And with that, If you learned nothing today, just remember these 3 things. No good deed goes unpunished, follow me on TikTok, and just like our friends at Intamin always said, when you're feeling stuck in life, push down, pull up. That was another day in the Hennisphere.